Can you make over $100,000 a year as a law enforcement officer? Absolutely. Let's discuss. Before we jump into it, I have two gifts in the description for you. One is a getting started workshop. It's going to walk you through every stage of the law enforcement hiring process. Plus, there's some hidden bonuses in there I think you're going to like. Next is a coaching call with any member of the team or even myself so you can discuss your police hiring process and how you can get hired with your dream agency as quickly as possible. Now, is it possible to make over $100,000 a year as a law enforcement officer? Absolutely. And that's not even starting with the departments that start you as a brand new officer over $100,000 a year, like San Francisco PD. They're going to need to, I don't know, send me a gift or something for recruiting for them for mentioning them. But absolutely, they start at like 119,000. Now, excuse me. Now, cost of living is a little bit higher there, but yeah, um, absolutely. Matter of fact, it can be pretty easy to make over $100,000 a year with not the highest starting base salary, and that's the key that we need to start with. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things to get you over $100,000 a year. Starting with your base salary. Your base salary is this. Your base salary is absolutely that. It's what your base pay is guaranteed, no matter what. I mean, shy if you happen to not work, it's your 100% guaranteed aspect, guaranteed pay aspect. Most people don't know this, that you get a salary, but then it's broken down into an hourly wage. And then that hourly wage is also added for overtime, like 1.5 or times two of your hourly rate, hourly wage for overtime. So yes, you have a salary that you're like, guaranteed to make pretty much. And then you have additional pays that go onto it for such things like overtime. And everyone's going to say, "Oh man, what would I have to do for, a 60 or 70,000 starting salary to make 100,000 a year? Not as much as you think. Uh, if you go on any, Google or whatever, you'll see that the average salary of a law enforcement officer is right around 70,000 or something like that. Um, that starting salary for some places. But that's the average salary, 71 or so $1,000. Um, if you work just 5 hours of overtime a week, uh, you're going to add just overtime, just overtime. You're going to add roughly 13, 14,000 just to that. So you just took that 71 or 70, 71 to, 85 like that, right? Instant like that. I always tell all my members before you say that this department isn't going to work for you due to finances, add 15 to 25% of income to that pay, and that's most likely going to be your annual salary going forward. And it's not just because of overtime. All right. I hate overtime. I hate working overtime. Not that I actually hate it. It's just, hey, I have other things I need to do. I want to spend time with my family. I wasn't one of those people that was going out there and just scooping up as much overtime as I can. There's plenty of officers that do that. I wasn't one of them. I was getting plenty of overtime with my other collateral duties, which I will get into here in a second. But that being said, so you have overtime. If you were to say work 10 hours of overtime a week, 10 hours, that's you, finishing out a shift and maybe picking up one extra day. Let me kind of show this to you too. I work Panama schedule, typically, right? So what that looks like is you work 12-hour shifts, and then for 2 weeks, and then that's your 80 hours. So one of those is an 8-hour shift though. So I work Monday, Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. Then I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, then the next week, so that week I work 5 days that week, but I'm off 2 days in the middle of the week. Then the next week, I'm off Monday, Tuesday. I work Wednesday, Thursday. Then I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that week, I only work 2 days the entire week, right? It's real nice. So out of a 7 day period, I either work 5 days like a normal person or I work 2 days like a great thing. Now I am working 12-hour shifts though, right? And then also one of those days is an 8 hour day. Depending on where you put it, it really helps with your time off. But that's not what we're discussing. Today we're discussing making money. So that 8 hour day, right off the bat, I never went home for an 8 hour day unless they forced me to. Because one, you could always use more shift coverage. And two, you're already there at work, right? And I'm already used to pulling 12. So right off the bat, that's 4 hours of overtime a week, pretty much guaranteed. 4 hours of overtime a week guaranteed. Now remember, I said if you got 5 hours a week, you're you're gonna, you're gonna add like, 15,000 to a $70,000 a year salary. Um, But I said if you work 10, what's that? That's going to be to a $70,000 a year salary. That's going to be roughly 26,000 and some change. That's almost 50% increase in salary, right? Just, it's 35,000 would be half of that, 25,000. You're probably looking at like a 35, 40% increase to salary. I'm rounding up, trying to make it sound good. But you get what I'm saying. I said for that, you only need to work 10 hours. Well, I'm already at 4. And if I wanted to come in on my short week, right, which my short week is where I only work 2 days that week and pick up another 6, I could, right? If there's short shift coverage or something like that, I could easily pick that up. And then chances are I'm not going to pick up 6, right? I mean, usually I'm picking up either 4, 8, or 12, right? So a whole nother day. So I don't even have to do that all year round. I could just do it sporadically. If I picked up one extra shift, once or twice a month, worked 12 hours or worked 8 hours or whatever, I'm getting to those numbers. Now, that's one aspect, right? That's overtime. That's intentional overtime. Well, then you have other things like events, right? So if you're sitting here trying to say, well, some departments don't have that much overtime, yeah, but you have events. Events are overtime, right? So you're going to get overtime for that. And sometimes you'll get event pay or anything else like that. So you have events. Another thing that you're going to have is your differentials. Actually, I don't want to go to differentials yet. So you have your events, you have your basic overtime. Well, then you have your court time, right? So you made an arrest, maybe you got to come in the next day and process that. So you right off the bat, you come in, you got to do, or you got to stay late to process an arrest, right? There's more overtime, everything like that. It's real easy to get to 10 hours a week or more with overtime, depending on how much you want to pursue it. So I'm just saying that alone right there. If I go from 70,000 out another 26,000 some change, I'm right at 96,000. I'm right there getting ready to break 100K easily. And that's with a basic average salary of a law enforcement officer in the United States around $70,000. And I didn't even try, nor did I put in much extra effort. Like, I'm not saying when I say effort, I mean I didn't go out seeking to get all this overtime. It was just naturally there. Court time, manning shortages, events, um, staying late for shift extensions, things like that. All of it's there. Now we go over to differentials. Well, what's a differential? Well, differential is pay that gets added for working abnormal hours, right? A differential. So say if you're on nights, say if you work nights, that's a 10% differential. Let's use the 70,000, average annual salary for an officer. Well, right off the bat, that's 7,000. So I gave you 70,000 plus 26,000 for overtime, typical overtime, and then plus another 7,000 for differential. And by the way, that 26 would actually be off. It'd probably be closer to 30 because that overtime would be added with that differential pay. So you now have, what, roughly 105, 110,000 without even trying. That's once again, maybe you don't like overtime, maybe you don't like nights. But I'm just saying that's the type of stuff right there. You could start at $70,000 a year and break 110,000 without even blinking and without ever doing any work other than what you were intended. Once again, we're talking about 70, it's just called your base. So we just broke 100K there. Now, if we go over to weekends, weekends is another differential. And what did I say with my Panama schedule? I was working every other weekend. So weekends also give you an additional percentage bump when you're working weekends. Once again, not counted in your base salary. That thing that they say that's advertised on their website or advertised in the hiring letter that they give you, hey, your annual salary is going to be 70,000 or 69,000 or whatever. That's just your base salary. That's no extras included. So right off the bat, just that. And then so I have overtime, I have night diff, I have weekend diff, I have special event pay, things along those lines. All adds up, gets me over there. Another type of pay that's going to add up to and get you well over six figures is your collateral duty pay. Had to think of that word there for a second. Collateral duty pay is anything that you do outside the normal parameters of what you were hired. So, perfect example. Say you're not, say you want to become an instructor, but it's an in-house instructor. You're not actually going to the academy. You're not going to be a full-time permanent instructor. You're going to instruct when they have to do 40-hour refreshers, but you're going to get paid all year round for it, right? So, or you're going to get bonuses for it, right? It's called collateral duty pay for the extra work you're going to do. One of the things that, first thing I ever got collateral duty pay for is I became a bike instructor. I'm sorry, not a bike instructor, a bike officer. I Everyone's like, oh, so you just ride around on a bike as a police officer? I loved it. Every weekend I would be riding around on a bike in my patrol sector, and I got to work out the entire time. So, and I was getting additional money for it. So I was getting paid to work out, and I was getting paid more money to work out. Now, of course, I was doing my job. I was responding to calls, doing what I needed to, but it made me more approachable. I was able to engage with the community more. I was able to talk to some people, and I actually made one of my biggest calls that was one of the more profound impacts on me was from a bike patrol position. But that being said, it is a great, great opportunity for additional pay. And then they only started going up from there. So I got some money for collateral duty as a bike instructor. Then I got some more money as a tactical medicine instructor. Then I got some more money as a protective service operations officer, providing protective details for our agency directors and things like that. Then I got more money for being a firearms instructor. And for all these things that just kept adding up and adding up. By the end of it, I had this huge bonus of collateral duty that was paid out every single year. Do you work for it? Yes. But I mean, I got to bike around and, enjoy some physical fitness and get some work done and enjoy it. It was great. Uh, I got to teach tactical medicine, right? Something I'm super passionate about, and working through that and trying to make sure that I conveyed that skill and knowledge over to people. The next one I have is my firearms. I get to go to the range and shoot guns and teach other officers how to shoot firearms better. And then after that, I became a special weapons instructor, right? And then I became the lead of special weapons. And I got to do all that. So, I got to train with, UMP 40s and fully automatic M4s. Um, Multiple different type of scenario and operations training and it was just and I got additional pay for that. All these different types of collateral duties added up. So now we're looking at collateral duties, we're looking at differentials night and weekends, right? Depending on which one you get or both. You're looking at overtime, you're looking at special event pay. Yes, it is really easy to get to over $100,000 a year as an officer. And no, you don't have to be out west to get it. But even if you are, they're starting at $100,000 more and more a year, right? Then you got to talk about all these other things going on right now. Some of these sign-on bonuses for some of these police departments, 25,000, 50,000, 75,000 sign-on bonuses for some of these departments out there. So your first year, maybe you have a starting salary of 65, $70,000, but then a sign-on bonus, that says $50,000. Well, there you go. You just broke, six figures your first year. No problem. There's a lot to it. Yes. Yes. It's easy to make over 6 figures a year as a police officer. Been there, did it, can prove it. It's easy. Don't think financially it's a limiting factor in this career because at the end of the day, a lot of it is built around the locality of where you live. And nowadays, if you get in now and say you got in now with a department, I'll give you a personal example. My department, my original starting salary was going to be like, I mean, this is a while ago, it was going to be like 57, right? That was originally my starting salary. By the time I actually got in and signed all the documents and then my academy was going to start, it immediately jumped up to like 63 or 64 because of a pay increase. And that timing just happened to be perfect. That timing again for a lot of law enforcement departments are now. So if you get in right now and it still looks a little low, one, add up all those differentials, all those overtimes, all those extra pays, collateral duties, but then also know that there's probably a good chance for a massive pay increase coming for law enforcement because they realize that they're short staffed and they need it. So I hope this helps. Once again, if you want or if you want to become a police officer, we have two gifts in the description for it. The Getting Started workshop is going to walk you through every phase of the hiring process. And additionally, a coaching call down there where you can jump on a call with any member of the team, including myself, and we can sit down and discuss your fastest pathway to becoming a law enforcement officer. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.